begins. Quiet voices whisper what'll never win. They carry no names, yet I know their face. Follow every motion, I can't escape this place. I try to lock them deep inside, but doors will break that never died. The more I fight, the clearer it will be. The darkness always belongs to me. Trapped in the shadow of me. No escape, stay here with me. No heroes, no foes, only fear I see. But I walk the path and I'll lead you to me. Between panic and sense, my mind falls down. Yet the chaos in my head pulls me further around. I wear it like a nightmare, like an ancient song, telling of the things that last lifelong. I have learned to run no more, even if the voices win the war. For deep in darkness I have seen, even shadows can walk with me. Trapped in the shadow of me. No escape, stay here with me. No heroes, no foes, only fear I see. But I walk the path and I'll lead you to me. And if you ask if I was ever free, I'll say the darkness stays a part of me. But I carry it without disguise. It makes me stronger, clears my mind. Trapped in the shadow of me. No escape, stay here with me. No heroes, no foes, only fear I see. But I walk the path and I'll lead you to me. Trapped in the shadow of me. No escape, stay here with me. No heroes, no foes, only fear I see. But I walk the path and I'll lead you to me. Quiet voices whisper what'll never win. They carry no names, yet I know their face. Follow every motion, I can't escape this place. I try to lock them deep inside, but doors will break that never died. The more I fight, the clearer it will be. The darkness always belongs to me. Trapped in the shadow of me. No escape, stay here with me. No heroes, no foes, only fear I see. But I walk the path and I'll lead you to me. Between panic and sense, my mind falls down. Yet the chaos in my head pulls me further around. I wear it like a nightmare, like an ancient song, telling of the things that last lifelong. I have learned to run no more, even if the voices win the war. For deep in darkness I have seen, even shadows can walk with me. trapped in the shadow of me. No escape, stay here with me. No heroes, no foes, only fear I see. But I walk the path.
Hey. So as you can tell straight off the bat, we're in a different location.
Yes. So there you go. We are
Sort of semi-outside.
semi outside. Yes. So thanks so much for tuning into the HNR Drone Racing Show. And I am Harry. I'm wearing black and a hat. And
I'm Richard, and I'm also the same.
to make it that much easier for you to tell.
Okay, so let's kick this show on the road.
And 3, 2, 1, go! HNR Drone Racing, HNR Drone Racing, HNR Drone Racing. Yeah. So thanks so much for tuning into the live stream. And it must be another week. It must be Friday for us. 2 o'clock. Well, look at that. There you go.
So we decided to do a little earlier.
Oh, yes.
Just because
Daylight saving.
and also because we're outside. So otherwise, what would happen is we just see them pitch black.
Yeah, it would be very hard to see us. You might be able to hear us though. So yes,
It's kind of more of a visual thing. Right?
it's a visual aid.
Okay, so what was the episode this week, Harry?
Which
Which actually arrived yesterday, by the way.
Oh yes. So if you haven't seen it, make sure you go and check it out. Give it the old thumbs up and say hi. I'm here.
There's a little secret. It's behind us over there.
Yes, it's just behind us. And how would we know that they came from here?
What do you mean?
Say hi. It was a cat. Yes. Say hi. I came from your live stream, and then we'll know. There you go. So that's the secret.
You
And
mean you came from the episode?
the live stream. They were
This is
watching
the live
this, and then they went to the episode.
Ah, okay.
Right, so there you go. And yeah, so what we do is we're going to have a look at that guy, which is, of course,
The FPV JETMAN series. So we continued on with it this week, and we did a little bit in the aerodynamics in the wind tunnel, which is this guy right here, actually. So we did some wind tunnel testing, just sort of touched on it really. Possibly some more to do. And we could calculate the lift and things like that, but it just depends on how we're going. And of course,
and your suggestions.
And of course, the main part of the episode was, of course, we updated the pilot.
Yes, we reduced that weight, and that's where it's at. So it was significant, wasn't it?
It was significant.
It made it from
less weight.
red zone to green zone.
Was it 4.6 kgs all up, I think? With the 2 batteries, I think it was. Yeah.
Okay.
It went from
I'll go
4.8 down to 4.6. And I think the max thrust of those motors was 4.8.
There you go.
Don't quote me, I'm pretty sure though.
Yeah. So there you go. So hopefully we're going to check to see if it's going through too.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
little check. Sure. Just while he's doing that. Yeah, so thanks very much from me for tuning into this live stream. Yeah, it's what we've got planned. We're going to have a look at the FPV JETMAN, which is that guy in a second. We'll have a look at the a little bit of the episode. There's a couple of little points we wanted to point out for the people out there that might not have seen it yet or wanted to ask us some questions. A Q&A. Oh, an A&Q, as more commonly referred to since we're in New Zealand, it's the other way around. And then what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the sanding of this guy.
Of course, there's the VTOL Dropship, the Edge of Tomorrow aircraft,
Hang on, I'll bring him over.
aka the Quad Tilt Rotor.
This guy here. So then we're going to do a little bit of sanding on that and see how we get on. We've got some important sanding to do. So,
and then we went and bought some extra body for the parts that we need to resand. Because of course it's never just a one-time thing.
no. And also, we could do it by ourselves or we could share it with other people. And I think sharing is caring.
Okay, cool, man.
He's moving from this phone.
It's getting the full HD.
the surround sounds. He can't see me over here. See, before another CG is like, oh, I don't see Harry because the framing. What's that? 16 by 9 to 9 by 16. No, the other way around.
Yeah, you're right. 16 by 9 is like what we are now.
HD.
And then the 9 by 16 is like a cell phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. So some information out there that might be useful, might not be, but you're going to live by it. There you go. So should we go and have a look at the little episode and then we'll go and pick that guy up, have a look at him in person? Yep. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, right. But yes, he's surprisingly quite large, this guy, isn't he?
He is. It's quite heavy too.
Be an interesting one. Anyway, hopefully it's not too loud when we're doing the sanding. Maybe we could play with the volumes a little bit. Or you could just bear with and just, reduce that sound at your end. There you go. So many options, so little time. Okay. Hopefully it's not too dusty. We don't really want to go over the equipment. No. Okay. What should I go to? This one? No. Not this one. No. This one. Hey, there you go. So this is, of course, the episode this week. Well, this is the JETMAN. For the people out there that aren't too sure what the JETMAN is, what is the JETMAN project and where did it originate from?
So it sort of originated from the idea of the Dubai JETMAN, which is of course full size. And I think there was a guy that predates us. Well, I can't quite remember his name.
Jens, was it?
Jens, yeah.
Might not be saying.
He did quite a lot of different stunts. But
like going across the
like
channel,
English channel and stuff. I think at one point he did an emergency landing in the channel. Yeah, we were actually looking at that last week, I think, a documentary about it. It was very cool. Anyway, so that was what it was inspired from. So effectively, what it is of course a pilot. It's 3D scan of myself, and we originally multicolored 3D printed it, and yeah.
And then what happened on this particular episode, we saw that on the last episode we were doing quite a bit of autopilot. That's the software it runs on. And then on this episode we found, between episodes I guess, we found that the weight of the guy was a little bit on the chunky side. So we came up with an idea and we executed it on this episode. So hopefully you enjoyed.
Yeah, or catch up later on.
Yeah.
Unless we're doing somewhat of a spoiler, which...
No, it's fine. You don't have to say exactly how we do it.
And we did a bit of airbrushing. I know that some of the keen followers of the show will actually know that we do some painting and airbrushing, the artistic side of things. But yeah, we've done some models and stuff in the background as well. So we thought we'd sort of include it into this one, since the colors and stuff, we didn't do multicolor. We wanted to reduce the weight, so we thought we'd just put a little bit of color on the surface kind of thing. So.
The surface color.
Otherwise, the other ones are sort of chopping and changing. Then it sort of adds heat. It adds more weight.
Yeah. So that's kind of that, and we did get a bit into the wind tunnel testing of things. So that is good, because that's what it's all about. It's about flight testing it and seeing what happens. Yeah.
So what do you think? So we did the 0, the 15, and the 30 degrees.
Yes, we did.
So I think this is the 30 degrees.
Yeah, 30 degrees. But it's an interesting one with the smoke. The interesting thing is that the setup. It's what you don't see on the video. The setup to even attempt that wind tunnel testing is always exciting, and yeah, we like doing it. So sharing it with you guys again is where it's at. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of that go. I guess what we'll do is going to pick it up and let you know. And change the screen over. Yeah, we're back to normal screen now. Yeah. I can go and pick it up if you like. Nice. Got him?
Yeah.
Okay, so the big guy, the good guy.
I guess I can just stand here. Okay, so Harry's just taking the guy off his little, what do you call it, like resting pad, I guess?
Launch pad.
It's not a launch pad, not yet.
Okay, so there you go. There's maybe move that chair a little bit, then I can go into that spot.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, so there you go. That's where he's at. You can kind of see what's happening.
Yep. If you've got any questions, feel free to drop them in.
Yeah. This is the time, as it were. The time is near. And the way it runs, when we designed it, we put the flight controller. I wonder if you can see the flight controller. Can you see the flight controller? Oh, yeah, it is. But yes, significantly lighter at the moment. So that's good to see. That means, even when holding it, you can tell straight away without the calculator, as it were. But yes, it's got turbine jet engines for the people out there that have seen this particular project before. And
if you want to know why there's got little nylon cables, that was what we were using to sling it.
If I turn it around, you can see. Oh, you can see a servo mounted there. No, where's the camera? Camera is there.
And one of the things that we sort of discovered in the wind tunnel testing was the main sense of drag was, of course.
You got him? Yeah, I got him.
Was the parachute himself, which of course is at the top there. So I think what we'll do is we'll add an extra cavity on here, because effectively that was designed, and maybe lower it in here, so then that way it will sink in.
a sleeker profile.
So that's what I think will solve that problem. It might not reduce it. It will reduce it. It might not fix it completely. But
Another CG's on his laptop now. Oh, jeez. Nice. And yeah, this thing is huge. Yeah, thanks, man. It's 1-to-1 scale. But yes, it's quite big. Sending it will, I mean, we make these things and we're like, yeah. Sending it will be its own
mission.
Its own mission in itself, but that makes it kind of adds to the
and the parachute
excitement.
and the parachute, for example, for landing.
For you.
He's rated to 4.7, was it?
4.7 when we did the calculation.
We tested it on the other episode at 4 kgs.
On one of the previous episodes, the parachute we're talking about.
Mm.
And that was okay. Ideally less than 4 kg. So, any ideas about how to reduce the wing a bit? I like the shape, and the calculations go with the shape. But maybe we could do the same thing as what I think we said on the episode. Is maybe we'll do the same technique we did here to the wing. But is there like a more radical solution? There might be a more radical solution that Richard and me haven't worked out.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, all ideas is.
And what are these, like 2.4 kgs maximum thrust? Yeah.
2.4, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're sitting in the green.
So effectively, it'd be like that going through
there. So dropping them will be interesting.
Yeah.
So maybe what, horizontal drop underneath something heavy, underneath something that get heavy.
So what you have them like that underneath?
Well, that's what I was thinking. And then what, like
drop.
a tether,
Tether?
and then you know to the
You wouldn't want it tethering on yaw, would you?
No,
No, I was mean like you wouldn't want it spinning.
Oh, when it drops.
Yeah, because then you've introduced yaw. I guess you could have it stabilizing.
Yeah,
Tricky
interesting stuff. But it will be a problem for another day. But it'll be exciting to send that. Yeah.
What do you think? What's your thoughts?
What's your thoughts?
Post down.
Below. But yeah. Oh, you're right.
Yeah. That's right.
But yeah. What do you think of that? What do you think of that, guys? So it's kind of an interesting one, and it'll be just exciting to see it in the air. We have to be dropping from quite a good altitude. And that's the other thing to consider, because it'll take a while because it's a jet, right? So spool up time to get up to speed. It's not going to be too slow, so it's not going to be like, oh, here I come. It'll be
effectively, it's like a kind of like a when you do this stunt for the very first time, it'll be effectively like an all-in-one. It either pulls up,
yeah,
or it hits the ground.
yeah. So a good, you know,
Go for broke.
Go big or go home. But when we do that,
Exciting, right?
Exciting, yeah. So that's what will be coming up when we work out how to do the delivery part. We were planning to do with the big giant 3D printed heavy lift drone. So maybe a little bit more tuning on that one, and maybe you can do it from there, or
It certainly has the strength to lift it.
some other way. Maybe, yeah, bridges are always interesting, or
Yeah, but the height of it.
the height of the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we don't really have any giant bridges like that, other than ones that have water under them, like the Auckland Harbour Bridge. That's quite big. But then you're not allowed to do that sort of thing under that. Anyway. No.
You have to do it, what they call pirate drop.
No, we wouldn't do that. But yeah, I thought we'd share that with you. And yeah, it's quite nice working on that particular project.
Yeah. Okay, so
Maybe pop that guy away and then
we'll get ready for the sanding phase
Yeah.
of things.
Yeah.
So how was your week there under the CG?
Yeah.
Good week?
Hopefully it was a good
Hopefully
one.
it was a good one. What did you get up to?
Yeah, maybe pop this in the back or two.
Yeah, do you need a hand?
Yeah, just a cardboard box.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second, I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, we're back. He said, like everyone else, he make it tomorrow. Fair call.
It's not today's problem, it's tomorrow's problem. But yeah, that'd be cool. Okay. What do you think? Do you want to start on this side or the other side? You'd start on this side.
It honestly doesn't really matter where we start, does it? No. You gotta get it done.
Gotta get it done. To have
So
some
yeah,
fun.
so we thought we could just do it as an episode and just do highlights of it. But we thought, well, why not just do it as a live stream and then you guys get to see what's actually going on.
Yeah. So yeah, what we'll do is I guess we'll just set this part up and
I guess, so this is the front, the top is effectively what's already been sanded, right?
which one?
This one, this part here.
We did a bit of it, yeah.
I'll bring it in so you guys can see. Can you move that chair out of the way?
Certainly I can do this.
Man, it's big. All right, so
It doesn't even look that big on the camera screen.
what do you mean?
It doesn't really
Clean
look
up
that
the whole
big.
thing. Look,
No, it doesn't look that big. Like it's big, but it doesn't.
that's only
look,
one half. So.
Yeah, true. But yeah, it doesn't. It could look bigger. I'm just saying.
You mean you could be full size?
That'd be cool. 1-to-1 scale.
1-to-1 scale and just like two of us sitting side by side.
There you go.
I'd like to see that. That'd be cool.
That'd be fun. And what else we did?
Okay.
So maybe what I do is I click this one on here.
Okay, so we're gonna start with some sanding, I think.
So hopefully the volume levels is not too bad. Hopefully it's the what do you call it? Not too bad at all.
Eiffel Tower of the wings.
Like Ollie. As long as it goes like that and then goes, it takes off. That's what we want.
Very cool.
Good stuff.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the sanding side of things, and yeah, so I guess we'll just give it a little test to see how loud it is from your point of view. We may have to adjust the volume a bit. Hopefully it's not it doesn't blow you out too much. You know,
Oh,
sand
how
is
about we
not,
just turn it on now? See what's what.
the sand is not something that you can like, you know.
Well, the one idea is like I could. Okay, this is a little test to see if it's too loud. Just let us know. Give a thumbs up or no, just give us thumbs up. No thumbs down. No, give us a thumbs up or like some sort of thing, volume up or down. I don't know. Okay, this is what it would sound like. Or the other option is what we do is I put this guy, the person sanding.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. And maybe the other option is I could do this.
All right.
Yeah. And then this is what it'd be like. Is that alright?
Yeah, I think so. Otherwise it'll be a bit
But too intense. What do you think? We gotta just remember to go and pick up the microphone up.
We won't make it things too easy. What would that mean? Like you're quite considerate, I guess.
I like to be.
Yeah, I think so. Considerate's been nice, isn't it? There we go now. Yes. I think we'll just get started, don't you? And then we'll go from there, and then you can determine whether it's too loud or what the deal is. Maybe I'll just put the microphone over here, like you did. You can pick it up. Side by side or something.
Yeah, maybe I'll put mine on and then you can see.
So, yeah.
Hey man, you didn't even do it. But yes, hopefully we get this done.
Guess you could just take turns over there.
Yeah, we just take this. But yes, hopefully it's not too loud. Bring the volume down a little bit. Yeah, just keep going. If another CG sees that it went down, you bring that volume down. No problem. But yes, hopefully you can hear me, and you're having a great week. You're doing something exciting. Okay. What's that? Oh yeah, I can swap angle here. Hey, yeah, there. Yeah. I'm just saying, if you're just tuning into a live stream, we are working on the world's largest 3D printed VTOL Dropship, and Rich is doing some sanding and just getting out the rough stuff, trying to make it all super smooth because this is a flying machine and not a model toy. Yeah, I mean it is a model, but it's a flying toy. How do you say that? It's a big toy. It's the real McCoy. Yeah, I thought you said real macaw, but it's a bird. Yeah. And I was saying, process we normally go from a big course grade all the way down. What size course bit are we sanding this? Just looking to see what we got. We're running 80 grit, standard 80 grit, and then usually we can go down a little bit. And we won't be doing all the sanding on this live stream, that would be crazy. But yes, we're going through it. Yay, no problem. And the kind of filler stuff that we use is the kind of use this kind of thing. Oh, hey, I'll put my finger over the brand because we're not supposed to be advertising that. We're just using standard bulb filler. Hang on, where's the camera? Yep, body filler. Yeah, automotive filling agent. Yeah, that's what the plan is. It worked quite well on the other part, didn't it? Yeah, when we did the long-range autonomous boat, we used something very similar to that, and it did quite a good job. So, yeah, carry on. So, carry on. Really quite cool. Hope that's not too loud. Yeah, we're doing it outside, so we. I was just saying we're doing it outside, so it doesn't go on everything. Yeah, we did start sanding when we first did it inside, but that was crazy. So yeah, we decided we'd do this live stream outside in that way. It doesn't go on everything. How's yours going? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, keep doing your thing. Start with it. Go backwards. Make my way down to this kind of grey. Yeah, you can kind of see the texture there. So yeah, a long way to go, but you know, looks good afterwards. That's the main thing.
Yeah, so you can see we're already putting that.
What's that?
Just on that section.
Oh yeah.
Looking pretty good.
Pretty good. Yep.
Carol.
Yeah, why not? Why not? So at the moment we are live on YouTube and Facebook, but YouTube's where it's at. So if it suddenly cuts off on Facebook, you'll know where we are. What's that say?
What do you think? Carry on.
Oh yeah, carry on there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so we're getting through it. It's looking pretty good. So far, so good. Put my microphone back on so you can hear me for a little bit while we have a little break. A little sound. Yes, so if you're just joining us on a live stream, we are in the workshop, I guess. Yeah, workshop of sorts, and we are sanding the VTOL Dropship, which of course is the Quad Tilt Rotor inspired by the film Edge of Tomorrow and Transformers, The Last Night. Pretty cool.
Which part of the Transformers was it?
So of course, it's not just a static model. This will be flying in the sky. So we thought we'd bring you in to our sanding phase. You get to see it in real time as we do it. That's what we're doing. So, interesting. Yep. So if you've got any questions or comments and stuff, you're welcome to drop them in. And we'll get back, we'll answer them when we can. For sure.
some of these gaps might need a bit more filler in them.
Yeah, I think
But
so.
it's a good start. Also, you have to try and keep it away from the sun too. It doesn't, you know, it's PLA, so it's a little bit susceptible.
Okay, so if you're joining us on live stream, we are currently in the workshop working, or specifically doing the body work for the VTOL Dropship Quad Tilt Rotor, and we're doing a lot of sanding. So at the moment, Harry's doing a sort of a hands-on approach at the moment, just to keep the volume down. But soon enough, we'll be back onto the sanding machine himself, so there'll be a bit of noise. But that's just okay. You know, it's just if you don't do it properly, it won't get done, and we'll just sort of slowly work our way through the grips. Bear in mind, this is only the first half of the aircraft. It's just the initial front half. Of course, there is another whole section to do because this particular RC aircraft or quad tilt rotor is, of course, over 2 meters in length. So we're just going to keep going. If you've got any questions, comments, suggestions on any other projects or any ideas about what we could do in the future, or just the current projects like, say, the FPV JETMAN, which of course was the episode that came out on YouTube this week. Feel free to drop them in and we'll reply to your comments when we can. How's that sound? Sounds pretty good to me. All good?
Yep.
You got another handheld one?
No.
Got some more handhelds then?
I just got some ones that were just old ones.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Is that one going? Okay.
Hey, I haven't done that yet.
I was thinking, have you done down here?
That's what I'm doing.
So yeah, so this side hasn't been done, but a little bit up the top has been done. So yeah, we'll just work our way through it. And if you've got any comments or suggestions, feel free to drop them in. That one's been away the camera. Let's see this.
But it should look good when it's all done.
Yeah, I mean, on previous live streams we've been working on things like the RC Eagle, which is another project that we're working on. And that's going. How are we going on that one? What sort of percentage are we through here?
Oh, we're pretty there, aren't we? Just gotta do like really paint and then add electronics. The last part of the electronics, aren't we?
Yeah.
Like the receiver and oh, there's one more control rod to do, and the motor mount. That's what we're gonna do.
And do we have sort of any sort of insight about what might be the episode coming up this week?
No,
Or next week? Okay?
Whoever does. I don't know that. But yeah, maybe you guys, if you've got a special request, you should work on this project. Yeah, I guess we could do that. It won't be a problem. But either way, we'll make our way through it. Make it look good, just for that.
Nice.
I mean, it's not going to do itself, is it?
No.
It was looking a lot better than it when we started.
For sure. So this sort of body filler that we're using is got about a 20-minute dry time in between sanding. So obviously you do a little bit, mix up some more filler, do a little bit more.
It's quite sunny outside. I heard that it might be raining tomorrow. So we're enjoying the sun at the moment.
Your friend waking up there.
Hey? Oh, yeah. Hello.
Pretty good. Hey, Benta.
How's your side going?
Yeah, pretty good. It need to be done again, but hey, more body filler added to it. Often it's the case, right?
Yeah.
Usually like a little bit up here, this kind of thing.
Whereabouts?
So this kind of thing up here.
Oh, yeah.
And then on the front here, wind it, this bit here, a little bit there.
Oh, yeah.
It looks pretty good though. Same thing with my side, really. Nice.
Yep, definitely dusty. It was a good decision to do this outside. Very dusty. Try to do it outside and keep away from the sun because this, as you know, is prone to well, it's PLA.
Prone to melting, right?
Yeah.
And how was everybody's week? Was it a good one? Hope it was.
That's great. Jeez, put that one on Twitch. That one.
Hey?
Put that one on Twitch for a little bit, and then we can get it.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
There we go.
See if they can see us on their screens. Yeah, I think they can see. Is there a paint out there that can stop, say, UV effects of 3D prints?
I'm not too sure. What do you reckon?
No.
Leave your comments.
Yeah. We had quite a lot of success with the 3D printed boat. That didn't have any problem with the sun, did it?
No, no.
Once it was painted properly. So it can be quite a good medium. He's dusty, right? So it's good to keep it away from the electronics and the bullets, huh? So, way oops. How are we getting on? You getting alright, Richard?
I think so. Okay, so if you're joining in on the live stream, we are in the workshop working on the VTOL Quad Tilt Rotor. This, of course, is an aircraft, a fully flying aircraft, an RC one, already controlled if it were. And currently we're doing the body work. And so we're dropping things as well. The sanding, and of course, at one point in time,
Sunglasses, me.
this will be in the air, flying around the skies. So yeah, this is what the project is on the channel. And of course, this is where we're at. So this is just the front half. So above Harry is the front cabin, or the cockpit. So what you're looking at is the underneath side on the front of the fuselage. That's what we're looking at. So yeah, lots more things to do and body work, but of course, you know, if we don't get it done, it won't.
Yeah. If you don't get it done, you can't have fun.
You just make that out. Okay, and if you've got any comments or suggestions or anything like that, if you want to join in on the chat, feel free to jump in. Just write your comments below.
Might have to jump back into the big sand and everything.
Yeah, I was thinking about like all this here. Pretty well there. You definitely need to do some of it, right?
Just like a hand sandpaper like this is quite good for the cracks, so.
Yeah.
You can't use this for the electric sandpaper. Sander.
Nah. I guess I could check it on with a full sander. How you doing your side? It's pretty there on that one, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, good.
It's a lot smoother on the top side, I think. Of course, we're underneath at the moment. There you go. I chucked that.
You put the sander on. Okay, if you're gonna do that, take my microphone, put it over there.
Yeah. It's not so loud for everyone.
Alright. Oh, we get it.
Alright, it's time to make some noise.
Every shout becomes a hymn. Hold me, lead me, take me in. Let me burn beneath the skin.
Well, maybe we have a break from that. Yeah, this was microphone. Hey Dan, how's it going? Yeah. It is a nice sunny day here. Yeah, you're right. Thanks very much for joining in, Dan. And how was your week? How's that Unimog coming? How's he coming?
Have you done any more on him?
Kind of need a break from that.
It's not one you can just keep going with. You do need a break from it.
So if you're just joining us in the live stream, we are sanding. We're doing a lot of it. And this, of course, is the VTOL Quad Tilt Rotor. That is one of our main episodes, isn't it, in terms of series, Harry?
I guess so, yeah.
It's quite an extensive one. And yeah, we're sort of doing the initial sand. Of course, this is only the first half.
Yep.
There's also another second half to do. So how I guess that's 1 meter long, right? If the whole aircraft's 2 meters.
Yeah, it's about 2 meters,
Yeah.
isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's coming along quite good. I was working on the little fiddly stuff in the corners, which was doing the main areas
At the moment. We're
yeah.
swapping over. But yes, that's what's happening.
That's where it's at. But yeah, it's quite a good. What's today? Friday. At coming up to about 3 o'clock. So yeah, we're making some good time. We've been doing it for about an hour sanding so far. I guess. Yeah, about an hour. Yeah. I didn't even look at it. Oh, he's got a little time another one. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, we can get some head going.
And Dan says his week's been good. Tons of work done. That's good. Yeah. On the Unimog. Oh, great. It should be up and running this time next week. Oh, wow. There you go. That's exciting, isn't it? That's really cool. Just waiting back on the converter from Amazon.
What? A buck converter?
Buck converter. Oh, okay. What sort of voltages are you converting?
Yeah. Like,
is it for the FPV?
It could be like 12 volts to, it could be boosting it up to 24 volts.
Well, what's it on a Tesla? Because they run on like, they have a 12 volt line, which is just a normal 9 volt, 12 volt battery.
And what's the other main? What's the high voltage?
What's the high voltage?
I don't know. Must be pretty high.
Dan, do you know? What's the high voltage on something like electric car, like a Tesla?
Yeah.
I've never been allowed to sort of deep dive into this.
Final parts of the wheels. He's just finishing that off. Oh, sweet. Yeah. Is that like TPU or something? I imagine like a rubbery compound filament, and then maybe like a hard one for the wheels. Something what we did, for the coaxial. The hub,
yeah, rubber,
we had the hub was like a solid one, then like a TPU.
PETG, I think, and then the other one's the other.
3S.
3S, okay, but I need 6 volts.
10 linear actuator.
Interesting. Yeah. What's
that?
Like
7?
What's 3S is 11.1.
Okay, so
such a
drop
weird
down.
voltage.
It is. It's strange. But I guess he could be using graphene. It goes up to, what is it, 11 point? It's like an odd number.
Yeah. What was
it's
it?
like 11.8.
Yeah, it's 11.8.
Or 12.1 or something like that. But yes. Yeah, I guess you need a drop down. And then maybe just a little, a little button.
I bought the tires. Oh, smart. I guess it's more consistent now as well.
Yeah.
You get more prone to working. More reliable.
But he's printing the hubs. Nice. Very cool. Maybe we could do something like that on the channel. Maybe on the live stream. If you want to see that.
Which one would you suggest that we should tackle, Dan, if we were going to do a live stream just on some kind of car like that? What would you suggest?
Yeah.
It could be kind of fun. What were you kind of thinking?
I always thought it's cool to do like a long range.
Like a long range truck or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun, wouldn't it?
But we gotta have speed. Or would you have it so it's a hill climber? Hill climbing's pretty cool. I don't know. There's so many options out there.
Or would you do like John Wick and go like muscle car?
Ooh, like a drift car? Ideas.
It would be cool. There's lots of different options out there. Interesting. Yeah. What would you like to do next?
I don't know. Do we need
you can do some more.
We can do some sanding. Maybe we could get some water. Do we have the water downstairs?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But
you can do that. I'll just carry on with the hand sander.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not so loud with the hand sanding.
You guys strike me kind of as a Unimog guys.
Unimog.
There are a few variations. Okay. Cool. Interesting. It does sound good. Unimog.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. We've seen them.
In real life?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen them really like properly in action. They're more like just driving around. Yeah, so we're just working on the body work here at the moment. Just doing a lot of sanding. And then we're going to go back over with more body work, body filler. And then, well, I guess eventually it'll be done. This is the idea. Is the idea. Interesting. Unimog. the moment we haven't quite decided about how we should go about, like what sort of process we should do for that. Like should be painted or I'm not sure yet. I'm pretty sure. I think at this stage, I think we'll paint it, but you know, that's what I think we'll lean to anyway. Yeah, Dan reckons one day he'd like to, with a, what was it we were talking about? Black box on the back that would release a swarm of tiny ones. Oh, okay. I'm with you. So you mean on the Unimog and then put like a little trailer or it has a drop tray, doesn't it, for memory? Like it carries stuff, right? So on a truck. So yeah, I guess you could. There's no reason why you couldn't do that. I guess the question would be is if you're piloting all the little tiny whoops, or you've got a whole lot of friends piloting them. That would be the it's a cool idea though. It'd be probably the easiest way to do it. Everybody's got their own little aircraft and then do it from there. Interesting. Be quite cool though. How far do you think you'd drive? Do you have sort of like a location in mind about where you'd like to drive this Unimog to release all these little swarm of tiny whoops? That's a cool idea. Yeah, to really get it, can't stand the sun very long, eh? But just instant. That's just the arm there. Hey? That's just the arm, just sitting there. Ooh. You might have to coat it with something substantial. Dan was just talking about how we want to do like sort of like a drop release from his Unimogs with the tiny whip tip.
A swarm of tiny whoops. Wow, autonomous tiny whoops. Deployed. Whoop attack. Just a thought. That's a pretty cool thought.
Hey?
So drive along and deploy them.
I think that's what you were saying, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's an interesting idea.
It is an interesting idea. Okay, so if you want to carry on here, thanks to you.
Looking pretty good.
Maybe like a dozen tiny whoops that could do like a mini light show at night time. It's a good idea.
That's creative.
Very creative.
That's quite a neat idea.
It's a very cool idea.
Have you seen a light show yourself with drones? Because that's quite that's a thing now, right?
Yeah. Usually about like say like New Year's or something like that. It'd be like a light show.
I've never seen one myself. Only with like say fireworks, you know, the classic
Yeah,
way.
this is true.
But it's kind of like a modern approach, right?
Modern day thing, yeah. But they do look quite cool. I mean, I've only seen it on the internet.
I've only ever, yeah.
It's a good business. Drone light shows at birthday parties. Sync to music.
Dun, 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 dun.
That sounds pretty cool.
Sounds a pretty cool birthday party.
Yeah, a very lavish. With it, having it over in America, was it like Sweet 16? Very lucky kid. Either way, very lucky people. To have a whole swarm of what 3,000 tiny wings take off into the air. Oh, alien theme, Star Wars theme. Nice. This goes on, yeah, for sure. Oh no, that's the theme for Crimson Skies.
Dun, 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 dun. That
Yeah, there's the theme song for Crimson Skies. That was a cool game.
Did you ever play that game there, Dan? Crimson Skies?
Yeah, it's like a I don't know, like a Zeppelin game kind of thing.
It's what the coaxial one was sort of loosely inspired by.
Yeah, it's very cool. But Star Wars is awesome. Apparently, there's the new Mandalorian came out.
Yeah, have you seen that one? That could be quite cool. John Ferrero is the director.
George Ferrero, yeah. What was another cool movie he did? He did The Replacements. It's going back a bit now. Yeah, I still think that was one of his best ones, other than Iron Man. Iron Man was pretty good. Can't go wrong with that one. For sure.
Yeah.
And what are we going to do on that one? Sand the bottom of it, is it?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to sand the bottom part?
Sand. I got some more sand in here to do quite an extensive amount, and then over this side. Is that how's that side looking?
This side's okay. There's just a little tiny bit down the bottom, I guess. Just a little spot there. But the top's looking okay. I don't think we need to play with that anymore.
Oh, sweet.
But we are live, yes, that's for sure. And we're making this giant. What is this?
VTOL Quad Tilt
Can we
Rotor?
say it's the world's largest?
Arguably.
We can say arguably the world's largest 3D printed VTOL dropship. And we're doing a bit of sanding on it. That's why we're doing it outside. So yeah, if you guys are enjoying the stream. How would they do the swarm technology? Would it be running from autopilot?
They might make their own custom code.
To the music it would be, eh?
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Dan says, what's your estimated on how much this boot is going to weigh? Going to be a monster. We did weigh it on the last episode of this one. Yeah, we did weigh it there, Dan, but I'm not sure. We might have to go back and check what it was at that time. But yes.
We've added some more weight with the body filler.
We've added more weight, and of course motors will be added. And what size propellers?
28 by 9.2 was it inch pitch? Yeah, tri-blade propellers.
Yeah, so the motor's going to go in, battery's going to go in.
It all adds up pretty quick, right?
Yeah, and then of course in New Zealand you have to stay within the
regulations
and all that sort of thing. So want to keep everybody happy and all that sort of thing, so that's okay. But yes, it's going to be a pretty big one. This is only the front half for the people out there. I might be slightly in the way, but yes. But yes, it's only the front half of this guy and a big giant guy for sure.
And yeah, the internal structure would be the one that would make it weigh a bit more, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, what size thickness is that one? It's 10 mils gap, eh?
10 millimeter gap, yeah.
Dan says 28 centimeter props. 28 inch.
28 inch.
I'll get one. Hang on, I'll grab it.
Yeah, Harry's just going to come back with the propeller. You're with.
So yeah, there's 4 of these going to this flying machine. Yeah, so it's pretty big. Yeah, in New Zealand, we don't really do calculations in inches, do we, Richard? It's always in centimeters or millimeters in our world. But for propellers, I don't know, it just seems to be...
It's a bit like a TV, right? They're in inches.
TVs are in inches over here. But it's just kind of a thing. But everything else is in millimeters, generally speaking. Yeah, inches, yep. That's decapitation grade propeller right there. Oh, you reckon? I thought the decapitator was the drone bat. But yes, it's also one of those things where you have to be careful for sure. Dismemberment blades, says another CG. Yes, I guess if you get the calculation wrong. Also, the interesting thing about these guys, they have a...
they sort of bolt together, right?
What's that?
Well, they sort of bolt together. They're not like entire right off the bat.
Yeah. So the way they mount is an interesting one. Can you see that in that camera? They mount in a very specific way. Maybe we'll bring it up to that camera. Maybe on that angle. Hang on. Maybe bring that light up.
Quite a unique design, really.
Yeah, it's a very cool, unique design. I think you can see the threads in there if you look really carefully. And it's one of those things where. Yeah, maybe like that. And if you don't put the propellers on the right way, it doesn't lock. So technically, it's always loose. The way these propellers are designed, so they come off quite easily.
But don't put them around the wrong way.
Yeah, so don't. Yeah, that's what we would say, is make sure you put them on the right way. But yeah, so for the ones that we spun up, this is the only propeller we've spun up, eh?
Thus far, yeah.
Yeah, thus far, yeah. Well, this one, fiberglass composite. This one's a carbon fiber. Yeah, carbon fiber props. Yeah, there's the camera angles. There's always cameras. Yeah, there's another camera. There you go. I hope you can see. Hang on. Maybe I'll bring the grain in a bit.
We're good?
Yeah, just trying to get the light on it so they can. You kind of see the carbon in there. Hope you can see it. That's what it looks like, for sure. But yes, we are, as I say, looking good for this design. Oh, sweet, said Dan. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, and the way they put them together, they actually come in the box. So there's another 3 more of these fellas in the box that. Oh, you see the way. Oh, nice. And they actually come. You have to assemble the propeller, so it's a tri-blade propeller system. I think it's one of the only. Is that the only tri-blade that T-Motor made?
They might have changed, but as far as I'm aware.
Yeah. Anyway, we thought they looked cool, so we said that would be cool. And also, it did chop down the size. So if we originally did our calculation and we were doing it, what size was it?
What do you mean?
What was the size of the propeller? It reduces the spin. So before, I think.
Well, you want it.
I think the original one was like 32s, right? And then by turning into a tri prop, you still get the same thrust.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So
it did reduce it. So perfect for this design where.
Otherwise, the arms would be bigger.
Otherwise, we'd have to make the arms a lot bigger. And I mean, we're already probably struggling to get it onto the trailer anyway, or into the workshop. So.
It sort of minimized the footprint, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, so I think it was like half the size of a 32-inch prop.
Yeah. Well, it was 28. I brought it down a little
thereabouts.
bit. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Anyway, I'll pop that back. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
I'm just in the background standing here, just work on these little edges, the parts where the main sander can't go. Doesn't really work so well on the corners, so it's kind of more designed for this sort of place.
And here's one of the motors. And the cells is one of the cells and motors that go on it. So yeah, there's 4 of these cellars that go around the system, and a big giant ESC. So yeah, that's one of the arms, and that literally fits on the side or that way. Yeah, I can do it. And that'll fit on there like that. Yeah, that's the plan, and then it will toot. Well, that's the plan anyway. So
That's the goal, right?
that's the goal, and they're quite big motors. And they're the U11, so they're 120 kV motors. Quite big ones, eh?
Yeah, so they run on a 12S system from memory, right?
12S system for this one. Yeah.
And we have spun them up before, so they do
Oh, yeah.
work.
But pretty big motors, really, eh?
Yeah. It was quite cool how with the tri blade probably did reduce the footprint area.
Yeah, interesting. Dan says 32 inch equals 804. 804 centimeters.
Okay.
Is it 804?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, like nearly a meter. Yeah. So 32 inch props are the ones. We do have 32 inch props, and they run on the
The big 3D printed drone.
big heavy lift 3D printed drone.
The one that we hope to use to lift up the jetman.
Yeah, that would be nice to use that. Since we know it can carry the payload of the printer, which is 10 kgs, which is ludicrous for 3D printing. But anyway, yeah. So that would be pretty cool to see that.
Just have to work out how to do the apparatus and tune the aircraft to be able to take that kind of load.
Yeah, well, we were tuning it on the last episode when we did on that series, but then the wind picked up. You can't do that at that stage when you wind.
Today would be ideal. There's no wind.
Yeah, so today...
Now, in fact.
Would have been a good one. Maybe we should have done that instead, but I mean, how would you have known? It was kind of windy in the morning.
I don't know.
Robert says it looks like a robot from Doctor Who. Like a Dalek, you reckon?
Man,
Exterminating. Square inches, nice. Alright, so 804 square inches, nice. I'm comparing the disc size, yeah, nice. Yeah, good point. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, eh? Be quite a big one. And how are you going, Richard, over there?
Yeah, just doing these edges, and then we'll go back over and do the flat areas, and then we can jump over.
I guess the downside to it.
I guess you can do the body work, add some more filler, and then go back over to the other guy.
Nah, we'll just go jump over the other one. So then this one's kind of, at least you've got something that looks smooth. Then you can
Otherwise, it looks like you started again.
Oh, it's like, oh no. Yeah, we'll do that.
And how's Robert's week going?
Oh yeah, hopefully I had a good one. Hopefully it wasn't snowing wherever you guys are. Hopefully it's kind of sun now. A bit like today. It hasn't really been that sunny today, but at this moment in time, the sun's come out. But yeah, like we always say, we do appreciate people tuning up to these live streams. It's always very cool. We appreciate it very much.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Robert says he's just got home from work and then he jumped on.
Oh, very cool, man. Nice.
Thanks, man.
Was it a good day at work? Hopefully it was.
Hopefully it was a good one. I wonder if you're painting something today. Dan says, what colour are the Coast Guard rescue planes in New Zealand? Oh, great question. Canada still uses some of the older red and yellow ones, traditional kind of colours, yep. We should paint it like that kind of colour.
Like what, eh? I couldn't quite hear you.
Like Canadian, colors like the old school Canadian rescue plane colors.
Oh, okay.
That's a
Yeah,
good
fine.
idea. Just in time, another CG said. Yeah, that's pretty cool. What other kind of Coast Guard planes? Do we even have any planes over here?
For Coast Guard?
Yeah.
No, we're not that cool.
No, we're not that cool. The only planes that we have for rescue and those sorts of things, recon missions are done by the Orion. So it's
It's like what, grey?
yeah, just an
Defense
army
force.
grey. So the Orion planes is kind of like an old school plane. They do recon missions that way. We can go and look at those sorts of things, and then rescue. What other kind of? I guess maybe that might help out with the C-130 Hercules. Well, they're kind of a camo kind of color. Yeah,
That's
but
right.
they are cool. I mean, we used to watch them all the time when they used to fly over to our house when we were at uni, and you'd see the guys sitting out the back, and you'd wave at them and they'll wave back. They've got their legs dangling over the end. It's pretty cool. But yeah, we don't really have kind of
That
you
kind
know,
of level, right?
that kind of level, like Black Hawks and those sorts of things. But hey, you never know, maybe tomorrow. I know they do have a Black Hawk helicopter down Southland, I think. And he uses it, but it's a private PMC kind of thing. But he uses it for logging, doesn't he, Richard?
Yeah, extracting trees and stuff from forest.
Yeah. New Zealand Coast Guard Rescue, yeah. So yeah, that's it. New Zealand is red and white for the Coast Guard. Oh, I've never seen one of those kind of ones, but I mean, maybe down south. The only ones we've ever seen up here,
We've got helicopters, but
we have helicopters, but they're more like rescue helicopters, so they're like ex-Jordanian princes helicopters. So they're kind of more of a commercial kind of
look.
Yeah. They do have winches on the side that pull people up, but it's kind of the original ones were kind of retrofitted to do the job. I think now they've got some proper, but they still don't have the kind of payload. Like they could carry probably a max crew, maybe 2 pilots, and then maybe what? What do you reckon?
They don't have any like Chinooks or anything like that.
Yeah, they don't have any big payloads one.
Or Blackhawks. I think the closest they have is like what, a Sea Sprite?
Yeah,
It's quite small.
Sea
Sea
Sprite.
King? No, we don't have Sea King.
Sea Sprite
I think
from the
there's
Navy.
I've seen it once. It's kind of like a European aircraft. helicopter.
Austrian kind of thing.
Yeah.
That kind of cool.
They're a lot bigger than the other ones. So they'd be able to lift a lot.
Robert says some high build primer would make sanding that a lot easier. Yes, that would probably be a lot easier, but we don't have it, so we're gonna have to use our muscle. But yeah, good suggestion. And also, or maybe on the next layer, you know. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm not sure what that means. But anyway.
After all, Robert's the expert in bodywork.
Oh
Right?
yes, definitely.
It's just what we could acquire.
Yeah, so it's one of those things, what you can get around here and what you can't get. But anyway, we're not complaining, it's just one of those things. We appreciate spending time with you guys, so it's cool. Kind of in the way of that one. Oh, well.
Eh?
I just think I'm slightly in the way of you sanding, but I think they can kind of see.
Yeah.
Good thing we're standing outside though.
Yeah. It's my favourite, you want? My arm's getting taxed. on those
Taxi arms? Okay.
So it's really just those 2 edges there, and then we'll hit the actual centre back on again.
Okay.
Nice. Dan says multiple layers of primer. Yeah, would add. Yeah. Would add considerable weight to this monster, I think.
Yeah, it would.
And Robert replies that the motors, he's just got too much power.
too much.
Yeah, I can pick up 5 of them. Yeah, it's true. It is very true. Thanks so much for joining in, guys. Yeah, how do you think it's going? Eh?
This one?
Yeah.
Well, I hope it doesn't add too much weight.
Yeah.
But it's whatever.
Yeah.
We'll get it sorted.
You want it to look nice, right? Dan asks, is it an 8S? This is going to be a 12S system once it's going.
Oh, yeah, 12S.
Yeah. So
The big 3D printed one that was 12S as well.
yeah.
I mean, nice one day if we could go.
What, 24?
Some of these bigger builds if we.
What, 24S?
Yeah, that'd be quite nice. But we don't have any.
We're sort of, yeah, little difficult on the battery situation at the moment. So the
just-
biggest that we can sort of go at the moment realistically is 12.
12 is kind of thing there. But I guess if one day
12S, correct? Yeah.
12S, there'll be 2 6S batteries together. Is that a horse game?
No, it's a car. Robert asks,
Maybe one day. Maybe one day. If somebody else out there, or some battery company out there, wanted to
sponsor us here.
Yeah.
Of all the builds you guys could do, this one is where you're definitely gonna get away with overweight. Yeah, Dan agrees with that. Yeah, it's gonna be cool to see it. Obviously, there's a little bit of a way to go with the structural side of things, but it's nice to make it look the part.
Yeah. Also, we don't really want the sun getting on it, so.
Have you noticed that I'm just sort of slowly moving over there? The sun's coming over.
But is there a way? Is there like a blocker other than paint that could?
Yeah, can you guys think of a way that we could protect the outer layer maybe before we painted it, so it doesn't quite ever get too hot to melt? Since we're not too worried about the weight, obviously it's going to be considered. You guys get any suggestions on how we could overcome that problem? We were thinking maybe like a primer or paint or something, but it might need to be a bit thicker before we do that.
We don't want it melting.
Robert asked about the servos, what you're using to turn. I'm not sure yet. What do you have any suggestions? It would have to be something substantial, right? We're thinking
Pretty big gauge.
something like,
Especially to move the motor housing themselves. The servos to move the motors.
yeah. It have to be, yeah, and they'll have to have quite a track of movement, right? And Robert says white paint. Okay.
White paint.
Okay.
Okay.
And whatever color you're thinking as the accent colors. Aluminium foil, you're dude.
Oh, reflect the heat.
Interesting. Interesting. Aluminium foil.
You get aluminium tape.
It's quite interesting. Why do you suggest using white paint there, Robert?
Have you had success?
Have you had quite a lot of success with that, have you? I know that when we did the
3D printed long range boat.
the long range boat, we used black spray paint, the enamel spray paint. It seemed to work quite well, right?
No faults at all.
We left it in literally the sun all day long. It was fine.
In the middle of summer.
Or gold leaf paint, okay.
Crikey! Crikey, mate.
That's like real gold, right? Oh, something from NASA you're talking, right? He's had a lot of success with white paint. Okay.
Okay.
And Dan reckons gold leaf would be sick. I mean, isn't that real gold though? That's genuine gold, eh? It's just like 1 carat or something.
Yeah, it's I was going to say.
Something straight out of NASA, right?
Yeah. Crikey, the budget's not that big, mate. It's just gold.
I can show you what paint we were thinking about using.
Oh yeah.
I just remembered I've got one.
Oh yeah. That's a good idea. Since we're in the paint scheme.
We haven't tested them yet on anything, but this is what we were thinking about using.
You can also add a layer in between.
We're thinking about using, well, I guess we're not We're not sponsored by them, but yeah, we're thinking about using a. Thinking about using a prime and paint. But we're thinking about using the a grey and then go back over it and weather it and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of like what we were thinking about using. Yeah, that kind of just ignore the branding or whatever. And Happy's just joined us.
Hey, Happy, how you been?
Joining in, dude.
Hope you're doing well.
He said, where do we buy tickets to sit on and have a ride?
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be cool, man.
Appreciate you all tuning in.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining in, everyone.
We did start the stream a little earlier this time, but
Just because of daylight. I'll pause this one, Harry.
oh yeah. And the other one you could go to change that to shorts. You know? Or something from a different world.
Yeah. Hey, Happy, how's it going? Dan reckons to use real gold. That would be pretty, but extremely thin gold.
It's like Goldfinger.
And Dan reckons we should use a cat for the pilot.
Oh what?
A cat.
Meow. Kitty cat. Well, I'd be able to take him, right?
It's a pretty good day there, Happy. Yeah, it's pretty good. There's no wind at all. Spot on.
We were just saying before, this would have been a perfect day to test that, tune that big guy. Or something like this. This would be a perfect day for tuning.
Oh, just what we're doing right now.
Yeah, well, it's not, the dust isn't flying around, is it?
No, hang on, I just moved this KU camera. So
Hey?
you're creeping on now.
Is it moving out of the shot, is it?
Yeah. There you go. Justine Cameron. Harry's moving as well. I'll move this one, sorry. There you go. Nice. Thanks for joining in, everyone. Yeah. It's a pretty good day. Yeah. I think they were saying it was going to rain tomorrow, but you know,
Hey,
they've
might
got
not.
wrong many times. And even if it is raining, you know, that shouldn't stop anybody, right?
No.
Heavy reckons a cat for the pilot and let a mouse go on a balloon. The plane will find a way to take to the skies, is what he reckons. Are you going to hit that with a sander, Harry?
Well, I was going to, but then I thought it might make a bit too much noise for everyone. So if they were talking, it could just work on the little stuff.
Ah, okay. I was trying to be considerate.
It's a little bit noisy, so.
Another CG suggests don't paint it and call it camouflage. So Harry switched over for the second half now. Yeah. So you're going to have to get that part out of the sun over there.
Is that out of the sun now?
Yeah, no, it's still in.
What about now?
Now you're good.
I'm okay.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's really the theme though. It's a version, how about that?
It's not a no.
It's a
not-
high,
It's a highly unlikely no.
it kind of at the moment it kind of looks like a patchwork quilt, don't you?
I think somebody said that in one of the comments.
Yeah. I guess I could do a little bit on the other side while we. What's that, Richie? I guess I can help you out a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So feel free to carry on. We'll just do it by hand at the moment, just so you guys can
Join
chat
it.
to us.
Just these tricky little spots that we can't do in the sanding with you.
Yeah. The other thing you can do is you can move the table over here, kind of thing. I'll move it closer. So.
I could, I don't know. Is that in the way then? Well,
What?
you're right.
No, you're fine.
Hang on.
Yeah. Yes.
And what's everybody's plans for the weekend? We got something special planned? We got like an event to go to, or
Yeah.
could be a family do, or
Yeah, do we have anything planned for the weekend?
yeah.
After all, for us, it's a Friday.
Apparently it's a long weekend, but it doesn't really change our schedule, does it?
No, we just be straight out into it. Abby says when you're done with it, mount the back half to the front of your house outside wall and the front half to the back of the house. And people give it definitely give it a look when they drive past. You're right.
It'd be like, whoa, what's going on here? There's a spaceship.
Spaceship out.
Did you see that crazy person? That guy's like totally local, bro. But yes.
I think at this stage what we were thinking of doing is having the front half and the back half, and then have an internal frame for obviously to do the traction side of things. And then effectively it just sort of slides there and bolts together.
And that way, that's the way it comes apart, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Other than like, say, if we're going to drop something out the back,
Yeah.
then we might have to add like a little.
Adjustment for that.
That's what we're sitting at, thinking about at the moment.
It may change, but
It's a good enough plan at the moment.
it's what we came up with. So stick with that for now, right?
Yeah. But yeah, it would be quite nice if it's all sanded and looking good.
Yeah. The neighbours really think we probably are mad. Yeah, well, there you go, you know. They haven't said anything, you know. I guess they're just too kind.
The neighbours have always been good to us, huh?
Yeah.
That's for sure. So, no worries there. I know some people that we've fly the aerodrome with, they said that they can't test run their machines. Not these kind of machines, but like say like a gas machine or gas plane or something. They can't run that beside their house
Because they got too many complaints.
Too many complaints, but I don't think
HR wasn't happy with them.
no. But I don't think we're going to have any complaints.
No, all good. Hammy says he's just got home, apparently. He's been helping a buddy set up for a glider. He's just started getting back into it. Okay.
Nice.
He had a 20-year break. That's cool. And
Nice.
He's always happy to help people get back into it. What sort of glider was it, dude?
Is it a real glider?
It might be one-to-one glider, right?
It might be a one-to-one RC glider. Do they do that? I haven't seen a one-to-one scale.
Oh, maybe. And he says maybe your neighbours tune in and are secret admirers of your live stream. It's one possibility.
Could be.
Could be. I guess if that is the case, you know, they're pretty good at keeping secrets. Maybe Happy is your neighbour, said Dan. Well, there you go. Whoa,
Hey,
there you
Happy, how you been?
and Happy says that it was an E-Flight night Radiant. Yep.
Oh, Radiant. Okay, yeah.
2 meter wingspan with LED lights for night flying. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool.
What's it like to fly at nighttime with like a glider or something?
Yeah, what's that like?
I mean, obviously the lights are there so you can see it right when you fly. Yeah, it's something that we haven't done. He reckons maybe he is the name and he's just waiting for the right time to walk over.
Oi!
Keep it down, you guys. And what did everybody think of the episode this week? What do you think, guys?
Yeah, I hope you liked
Did
it.
you like it? Hopefully you did.
And is there an episode that particularly you want us to work on coming up? Like, is there something particular project?
Well, you mean like a
request?
the one that you're like looking forward to the most?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you want me to change something on this one?
What is that one? Oh, you can put it on short.
A short. What do you mean?
Shorts.
What?
Put it on shorts. Oh, you don't need to.
I'm already doing that, isn't it?
Just put that down.
Hey?
Close that one. Doesn't have to be going all the time, so it's going to get tasty.
Yeah. Okay, continue on. Head over to our YouTube and yeah, see you there.
Otherwise, it's taking all the power, man. We needed to run in the main computer. All right, did that sun go behind that cloud, did it?
Might have done.
I think it did.
Good.
Good. Stay away while we're doing this. Stay away, my friend.
Stay away, man. Robert says, I think you guys need to revisit the sinkable boat with the sketchy motor. I think you're referring to the sub-skimmer. Yeah, good call. Yes, no, that'd be fun, yeah. Where do you think
Sketchy motor. Hey, what? Sub-skimmer. Oh, yeah,
Sub-skimmer.
I think
Yeah,
we're
that'd be
planning
fun,
to do
yeah.
like a live stream with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
What
idea.
do we need to do for the balancing of the to get the balance right when we're doing the
Balance.
dive? I think we need to put it into
That's a good idea.
a tank or something. That'd be fun. Yeah.
Maybe we could do that on live stream. Go check it out on the lake. I'll bet if they want to see that. Do they want to see it on live? Or otherwise, we could always just do it as an episode. Yeah. There's no wrong.
No, there's nothing wrong. Yeah.
That's requests.
It's a cool idea. Apparently, flying at night time, Happy says, it's relaxing and mesmerizing. Okay, in a calm evening.
Oh,
We
no.
can appreciate, especially like flying the RC paramotors at night. Oh, there we go.
Oh, you've got a giant one, right? Like a 3-meter wingspan or something, right?
Yeah.
I saw the launch
Flying
of it.
FPV drones at night is fun, but not for the faint of heart. Yeah. We've done it a couple of times, but that was before they changed the rules a bit. So now you can you fly at nighttime, but under
rule.
We haven't done it for a while. Yeah.
But it was fine when it was like that. Just the only difference is
I think
landings.
Harry's disappeared. Hang on, I'll move the camera slightly.
Landing's always a bit of a funny one.
Yeah, you can't really judge depth that well, right?
No.
You can go fast.
Yeah, it's a cool idea, man. Yeah, get back into sub-skimmer.
Yeah, it's a cool idea. Ron says, to be honest, build videos are cool.
What you trying to say?
He said build videos are cool.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That's cool. And he loves them, but made them and finished videos are just as good. You get views. I guess you just get views for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also one of those things. If you just showed, well, and kind of what the way I was thinking of it is, if I just showed like the end result,
In 3
kinda
months'
like,
time. In 3 months' time, when we're finished.
yeah. Then it's kind of like you kind of miss the actions, the journey. Well, that's what I always thought it was. It's a bit more of the journey than just done.
Yeah. Cool though. Yeah, you're right though. Well, it's pretty cool to do the maiden flight on. Which ones have we done for the on our build set? We've done the maiden flight of the Mark III.
We did maiden flight of the Mark III. We've done maiden flight of the rocket helicopter. We've done maiden launch of the land yacht. We've done
the massive
the massive guys,
world's largest
thingy-mabobs,
drone.
and then
Yeah, so I think
But
we're due
we're-
for some new ones, right?
yeah. So they are coming up. I guess for the people out there, what's coming up? We're into flight testing phase on the Mark II wingsuit.
Yes, and 3. We're
And
just
3?
going to do the parachute for that Mark 3. Right?
Yep.
And we might do that. We're thinking maybe, what, a live stream possibly?
Yeah,
You
I
guys
think
like
that-
to see that one? And then maiden flight for that. And
Then what else is there along?
and then the coaxial's getting pretty
Coaxial,
close.
he's pretty close.
And Batman is actually
Surprisingly
believe it or not,
close.
Surprisingly close, that one.
Yeah. Oh, and the wing. He needs
Oh, the prototype one.
prototype wing. He needs
He needs a,
it needs a little bit more work, but
yeah,
yeah.
a little bit more on.
But he's relatively new project.
So I guess it's coming up. Have you seen his rules? What kind? A new kind of. What's it on video? Never have. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it was what? I think there's a couple of rules that you can't fly at night. You need to have a special license for that, which we should get around to doing.
Well, it's more like just when the guys at the flying club
Is that the
get
club
to
that we
test
fly
us for that part.
To
Yeah.
test us for that. Yeah.
No biggie. Just when we get the time, really, and also when the weather's
when
not
the-
raining and all that.
And when they're up for doing the actual test, I think
Testing
I
mode.
think they only do testing mode maybe once a year or something, so there's a bit of a wait time. Abby says you guys are great at having a nice variety of videos. Okay, thanks. Lies,
Appreciate it.
episodes, shorts, teasers, reveals, interviews. I love it. Great job. Your
Oh,
hard
thanks,
work
man.
is paying off, and the channel is growing. Thanks a lot, man. And we've been looking at your channel too. It's
Thumbs up.
just as good, if not better. So good stuff. What you're doing. I know you did quite a lot of swap meets lately.
We don't have them over here, do we? No. I've never seen one.
That's a no.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe once or twice a year,
But not where
but
we are.
not where we are.
No. So the closest probably be like Auckland or Wellington or something like that. But then even when we lived in Auckland, I didn't see it come up.
But there was some good stuff at the last
The giant bumblebee attacked me.
swap meet that you did on one of your videos.
Oh, the big C-130, wasn't it? And the helicopter.
It was
Chinook.
Okay. Oh, was it a Chinook? Was it? Okay.
Chinook and the C-130. That was a Coast Guard going back to the earlier conversation on the colouring scheme.
Oh yeah. You just have to wait for the people are asleep before you go night flying.
Happy trying to get us in trouble. What?
I think I'd just rather get rated for it. Eh?
What's that say?
It's not that hard to get rated. It's
No,
it's
just
more like a timing thing.
Timing thing when they're doing testing mode.
When they're in, yeah.
We've got all the tickets for what we're allowed to do, so what we do, so that's all good. But yeah, it's always quite good to get like extension ones.
What do you think of this one? Robert says, Harry.
Oh yeah, hang on. Yep.
He says, "Way to go, Harry. You scared that bumblebee away with your rugged goodness." Ah! Yeah. And his girlish voice. It's girlish scream.
Manly voice.
It's a manly scream. It's a man scream like,
Oh. Caveman.
yeah. Abby says you have to come and visit the US of A
Yeah, for sure, man.
for the big swap meet in Toledo, Ohio.
Yeah,
It's
that'd be
massive,
cool.
I bet. Very cool though.
And of course, you're saying about flight fest is coming up, which would be cool. But you did say, I think Happy did mention that, well, somebody mentioned that you can watch it live, so we'll be tuning into that when it comes in. But that's like next month, I think. Is it all? Am I wrong? I think so.
He'll probably know.
Yeah. How's the sanding going, Richie?
Well, I've been avoiding it, to be honest.
Been talking. Yeah, for sure. It's really cool to see what other people are up to and how they find their projects and plans and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. He reckons, Robert reckons anywhere in the US of A is a main stable to have a flea market.
Oh, yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, if it's good stuff, it's good stuff, right?
That's right.
Is everything still going, guys?
What's that?
I'm just wondering if it's still going. Oh yeah.
All good in the hood? Still going, Richard?
I think it's still going. We're not getting any dropouts or anything, are we, guys?
Yeah, let's.
Thumbs up. See if you can still hear us and see us.
Yeah.
Good old New Zealand internet. Can't beat it.
But yeah. It is taking shape.
You're still going, see what the prop.
Oh, nice.
Hey, Mike, how's it going, man? Thanks for joining in.
Thanks, brother.
And Heavy says, audio and the cameras look good. Okay, thanks. Thanks a lot, guys. Are you meant to be,
What's that?
are you meant to be bagging your internet provider?
I don't know. It's
I guess we're keeping it general. We're not saying specific names.
no, it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, we've got to thank them really because
yeah,
you know,
they
makes this-
are providing their service.
yeah, providing their service, but we're paying for it, so you know.
Yeah, and
It's not a free service.
It's not a free service. That
No.
Heavy says, I remember when you guys added a new camera and what a change that was. Everything is so clear now and it sounds and looks amazing. Yeah, cheers, man.
Cheers.
Awesome.
Thanks, man.
It's good. Yeah, it was a bit of an upgrade, eh?
I guess you're always refining it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Always looking at where can I improve.
Yeah. I guess it's one of those things you can't do it straight off the bat,
No.
but
You know, Christmases come up and then birthdays come up, and you know.
yeah.
Then Christmases come around again.
You just keep going around to it.
Yeah.
And how's Mike going? Having a good week there, dude? I think you are. Yeah. Have you got any more trips to Disney World or something of that nature?
Autonomous driving coming up.
Autonomous driving, yeah. That's good.
They don't really do that over here, though, do they?
What do you mean?
Autonomous driving.
Autonomous driving? No. Robert says,
My hands hurt.
because Robert's an expert, he says, well, you're putting it on less is more. Okay, yeah, we can put on a bit less. Good
What's
call.
that?
We're just saying don't put on too much. Good
Oh
call.
yeah. It does take a bit, a lot longer to take it off.
Yeah, good call. Good call, man. And Mike says, just been waiting for the weekend. What do you think? What do you think you'll be working on first?
They might be having a weekend off. It's a long weekend after all. People might be going away.
But he's not. No trips planned.
Oh, nice.
We-
You
we
could have.
would- we
What do
would-
they call that? A staycation? When people have a holiday at home.
Yeah, staycation. You're having a staycation. That's what they call it. Well, you don't go anywhere, right?
Staycation. It's the word of the week. How you going on? Hey, that's looking better.
Either that, or you reckon it's called Flat Broke Friday.
All right, and how did your, was it an H2 turn out? Did you have a bamboo H2? How did that turn out? Did you get it operational?
H2?
I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I thought Mike got himself a new bamboo.
Oh yeah.
I could be wrong.
Printer, yeah. How'd that turn out, dude? Dan says, hang on. He hopes to fly his 5-inch quad.
Oh yeah?
A bunch this weekend.
Which one's this one?
If the black flies and mosquitoes don't kill me first, you know, okay. Is it a swamp we're talking about? We're flying. Fair enough.
Yikes.
Maybe you need to wear one of those bee suits.
Yeah, like one of those big net things. Have you hit? Like, I think you could get them. Like a mosquito net thingy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can get them. They exist.
And Abby says
You might look like a crazy person, but you know, hey, those mosquitoes
It's functional.
They can't eat you.
Abby says a staycation always beats a vacation.
Well, the good thing about a staycation, it's affordable, and
So what do you do with a staycation?
you stay at home and do things that you wouldn't necessarily do, like go to the beach, you know, things that don't necessarily.
Oh, you can drive to them.
You could go flying.
You could go to a mosquito-infested air track.
Yeah, like a track to fly, or what else would people do? I'm just trying to think. People, if they had shops, we don't really have shops, so that doesn't really count. But people might go to the shops. What else do you do?
Dan says,
family time, I guess.
Yeah. The H2C.
Oh yeah,
She's running great. Okay. Just need to do some more multicolor printing. So I guess have you hooked it up to the CFS, I assume?
I think they call them AMS.
Oh yeah, AMS. Yes. Yeah.
Different name, but same thing.
Can you do multi on the CFS, which of course you're talking about the AMS? You can run 4 spools, but you can actually have 4 units. Is that the same with the Bamboo Labs machine?
And can you change materials per?
Yeah,
or the same
because
print?
that's one thing we wanted to know is can you go like say
PLA.
PLA? I don't know, how could you do that in setting?
I don't just like maybe.
Is there a way to do it so you can print on the same in the same print where you can go like say PLA?
TPU. Oh, well, I can't do TPU.
PLA like say PETG then back to PLA in the same consecutive section. That'd be cool rather than having to do a whole lot of extra parts.
As far as I know, you can't. But hey, you know, there's more experienced people out there in the world.
Yeah. That sounds like you've been attacked by a whole lot of mosquitoes there, guys.
What's this?
Well, he opened the truck for about 10 seconds and then he just got like blasted with them.
Crikey.
Maybe they're migrating.
Yeah.
I don't know much about mosquito.
I know they hurt though.
I don't know about their like migration patterns.
Do they migrate?
Do they migrate? I don't think. I don't know. It can do this. It can do multi-material.
Can do it. Can it do multi-filament?
Can it do it in the same? Can it do it in the same print? So you on the same platform, in one piece, I guess.
So,
oh, okay. Well, it says PETG and PLA don't stick together. The fools, eh? The fools.
it needs to be addressed.
Well, there's a way of fusing them together.
Of course there is.
Just doesn't do multi-nozzle sizes currently in the same print. That'd be cool though. It'd be good to have that in a printer where you can just, you know, as it prints, it can change in real time. But I guess the software's not there either, so you can't really do that.
It does come up, that problem.
That issue does come up though. Or like, you know how it can do like multicolor printing, can do like say all blue and then the next section will be like all black. Like because original like normal print like ink cartridge printers, they used to do that originally. And then over time they changed and they did like mixes so you could get like a dark green or whatnot. Wonder if they could ever do that at some point, that'd be good.
PLA, Dan suggests like PLA supports for PETG prints. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, yeah. Or but even just like complex builds, just you know, like you might want one part stronger. Say I don't know. Say you're printing a 3D printed plane. You want the first half of the wing to be something PLA, say I don't know, and then maybe the next half lightweight. I don't know. Yeah, interesting, yeah. So Mike was talking about one fixed and then say 6 interchangeable tool changes. It's kind of you're talking about like it's kind of like a maybe like a CNC machine kind of thing. I think there is a company out there that in America that was making something. And what the which of course is Mike says PLA and PET is great. There's a great combo for things that support. They do the supports in PETG for really easy breakaway. Oh, okay. Nice. And Dan says he hasn't done it. I don't know if it's recommended on my single extruder. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, it should do it. Just lots of purges, yeah. I was trying to think of the, I know some of the printers, yeah, some of them, like you're saying, have multiple heads. Like some of them have 2 heads. So they just allow for the offset, and one's like you can use it for, say like a soluble breakaway. So you do all the stuff in the soluble material, and then you change to like whatever material you're using, like say PET. Gotcha. And you just dump the whole thing in water and dissolve. Aqua soluble. Kind of specific stuff though you're doing that. Yeah. This is not really a filament that you could just go to your local and get it. It's kind of specific, it's almost like, you know, that's kind of like almost like industrial kind of stuff. Yeah. It's like repetitive, like I'm just going to print one thing over and over again. Oh yeah, manufacturing kind of thing. Yeah. But either way, hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream so far. It's a little bit different for you. Is that where it was? Oh yes, just there. Looks like the sun's disappeared a bit, so that's a good thing and a bad thing. A good thing, don't have to worry about it. Bad thing is that the sun is disappearing. So it looks like we'll just be doing sand now this one. Yeah, it looks like I don't think we're doing anybody's one. No. But yes, thanks Robert for adding the suggestions. After you're the man at Bodywork, so good paint and all that stuff. So there you go. Yeah, so lots of purging is what you're doing with multicolour printing. The H2C has 7 tool heads, but the AMS comes in multiples of 4. Interesting. I wonder why they chose that. It's a weird amount, isn't it? Interesting. It's not even like it's not even like, you know, like groups of 3s or anything. No. We definitely put quite a bit of Bondo on it. Oh well. 8 hot dogs and 12 buns. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it is an odd number, like why they choose that. Is there mechanical reasons? It must be like maybe they got physical space to do it. Oh well. I guess they thought it was someone thought it was a good idea. Who knows why? You can take point out there. It's looking pretty good though. But yeah, we're getting there slowly. Just get the sand on that one. If it's a flat edge, it's fine. Okay. So the tricky edges that I can't get into is really the main thing. But yeah, we're sanding away. A whole sealer.
And we're still undecided about what the episode will be next week, so we can't give you an insight because we don't know as well.
No. Oh, we did have some good suggestions on the stream. Which was what was the suggestion?
Sub skimmer.
What's that? The sub skimmer. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I was thinking sub. What did you use it? What did you use for filler? Which brand?
It's just behind you on the just what we could acquire, really.
Just what we could find from the shop. Automotive filler. If you can see that. Yeah. Yeah, just
Is it the best? Don't know. Is it the worst?
no, but
It seems to hold all right.
seems to hold pretty good. I can't really give you the brand. That would be not quite ethical. But I can say that it's from a hardware store and just the normal kind of stuff. You know, you mix it together and then you put a bead over the cross, a bit of a red bead, and then away she goes. But yes, seems to do the trick. But I think maybe you're right. I think we did add a little bit too much. But what do they say? You live and learn? Well, you learn and live. Or in this case, you get a bit tired sanding. But still, nonetheless, it'll look good in the end. Yeah. I guess at the end of the day, that's the main thing, is it? If it gets done and it looks good.
Yeah.
And people enjoy it. That's where it's at, really, isn't it? I guess if it was just straightforward and did it straight away, that'd be a bit too easy, wouldn't it? I wouldn't feel that I'd probably earned it.
I guess so, yeah. Kind of annoying like that.
So I can't cheat it then, wouldn't it? How long does the clock say before it's sundown?
I don't know, does it say what?
Hopefully it's not too bad. What does it say?
We don't have any lights here, do we?
No, really, we don't have lights in this position. It says on my phone we got 1 hour. We're all right. Don't think. Not sure how long this stream will go for, but I don't think it'll be for that long. Some people buy a gym membership, others use Bondo. Yo, maybe that's what they should have like on their ads. There's gym ads. Oh yeah. They're like 1, 2. Is that what it is? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. And you just come to our gym, and this is what you do for 4 hours.
You'll be doing
Don't do it faster.
Hurry up. Wasn't that like Karate Kid, like wax on, wax off?
Yeah, but this is like Bondo off. Not quite the same.
Do it by hand.
Bondo on, Bondo off, Bondo off. Paint.
Do it by hand. I don't want to use that.
Don't cheat.
Don't cheat. Don't you cheat. Don't you dare cheat.
Don't you dare cheat. Happy says he's coined it Jimbo. Jimbo in a can. Nice. Buy a lifetime membership and you'll get. And these are your, what are they? Yeah, that's the thing. These are your things that you get. Depending on what you printed on PTG, not so bad. You can thin the Bondo with acetone and brush it on. That'll get good layer lines.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. You just need to wear PPE. Oh yeah, PPA. PPE. Yes. So applying for sanding. Yeah, you don't want that stuff in your eyes or hand or anything. So yeah, that's a good point. And I think it's always good being safe and all that. Acetone. Oh yeah. Brush it on PPG. There you go. That'll do that, won't it? Nice, good tip there, Happy. I have not done that ourselves, but this particular one is PLA. But yeah, for sure. Have you ever has anybody ever re-serviced their nozzles that are maybe jammed up or clogged? Have you ever? I heard that you can use acetone to clear them out. Has anybody ever done that? We were thinking about doing it. Weren't we, Harry? Might not last too long, but if it helps. Obviously, if it's not a good idea. If it's just worn out, it's worn out. But if it's like if we wouldn't be able to use the refix those ones that have got like carbon on them. Because they're literally worn internally. But some of those other ones we just got like some sort of freak occurrence. These things do happen when 3D printing. They do. Those sorts of things do happen when 3D printing. You get some sort of freak jam, even though it's like quite good. There's no reason why you should or shouldn't. But generally speaking, if you're running like PLA or PTG, yeah, it should last for like a good lifetime for sure. Before you have to do anything. And what do you reckon, Richie? Are you ready to go to the back to sanding grade? Sanding machine? Yeah. Robert says you can also just put them in the oven and set it to 250 degrees. Set on high. I think Robert might be having you on there, but or maybe he's just baking a cake. But don't put in your oven though.
For 5 hours.
Don't put in your oven, put in your neighbor's oven. Happy says, take a nap and then return for a bowl of soup. Oh, he's taking a nap. Oh no, take a nap and then return for a bowl of soup. Yeah, nice. Gotcha.
What kind of soup is it?
Yeah, what kind of soup we're talking about? We talking about tomato soup? We're talking about the chowder stuff. Chowder stuff is very popular, yo. Robert says the tips on your 3D printer. Yes, the tips. Oh, you're talking about the nozzles, or you were talking about tips in general?
No, he's talking about the tips. So you were going to put the tips into the oven.
Oh yeah, you're going to put.
I mean, melt them, right? Melt out.
Right. Okay. I thought you mean put this in the oven.
That's a big oven.
That's a furnace. Maybe something on the middle department. No, the tips. Okay.
That would work, right? Because it melts.
Yeah, it melts. You
wouldn't want to put on an oven.
That's a good suggestion. Thanks, man. Thanks, Robert.
It's quite a simple solution.
And it's simple and logical answer when you actually think about it. Robert, Happy says no 3D printed soup from the oven. PLA pasta soup.
Yeah.
I'd like mine al dente, please. I'd like al dente and faster there. Robert says if your nozzles, if it's your nozzle plugs, I think it says just put the oven. If your nozzle plugs, just put it in the oven and put it to 250 for 10 minutes. He reckons. Okay, and that would cook that PLA for sure. 250. What's the the usual temperature is 224 psi. So yeah, that would cook it. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But you needed, you wouldn't want to use your own oven.
No, you would. Well, ideally you wouldn't want to use an oven that you're cooking food in. So maybe like a spare oven. You know, like an oven like your neighbor's oven. Somebody you don't necessarily like, but like say if you got like a flatmate, but
Use
they
their
bought
oven.
their oven. Right?
Use their oven.
Their oven
When they're
not there, and then go back to your own. So then that way you know.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that. It's a bad advice. But anyway, I never told you that. That was yeah. Dan says I just crank up my 3D printer to max temp for a few minutes and then extrude some TPU through it. Nice. And that cleans it through, eh? Nice. Interesting stuff. There's no wrong answers here, guys. I don't know. It's you know, there's something that we don't know either. Even this, you know, even we don't know everything. It's impossible. 2 minds are okay, but 10 minds are better. Robert says filaments in the oven is not for the weak of heart. No, you'd have to be pretty sure for sure. Also, but I mean,
it's an acquired taste, right?
It's an acquired palate.
If you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Like my plastic soup, right?
But I think Dan was talking about one of his ones was that his parts he had to anneal them, or am I wrong? I think maybe in the past. That's what Dan does for his one. He turns out to max. And that's the small clogs. Major clogs are annoying, he says. He just wrote UGG, so I think he's meaning that. Yeah. Right. But you can't say that, so you just
write it.
Yeah, I got you, man. I got you. I was just having you on. Robert says it's like puff of venom when you turn to accident like that. Yeah, it's a funny old thing. Especially when
generally
when
use the oven. Don't tell your wife.
Yeah, your other spouse. Because you will be in the dog box for lifetimes, don't you? Don't do it. Bad advice. Happy says, with all this great advice, Harry Richards will have to have a bigger band disclaimer. And these thoughts and opinions are definitely not ours. Yes, it was Happy's idea. Yeah,
he lives at 266.
266. Yeah, but yeah, so far on the stream we're getting somewhere, guys. We're getting somewhere. So far, a little recap. We've done all the little fiddly parts, and we did a little bit of some flat spaces. Surfaces, but we'll hit a bit more maybe. And we did look at the very start of the stream. We brought out the big RC JETMAN for sure. And Dan says PC filament. This is the one I think he was talking about. Large objects should be annealed. Should be annealed to release the internal stress created by printing slowly. Nice. Yeah, I think that was the one I remember. Yeah. Interesting stuff. And annealing is the process, for the people out there that aren't too sure about that is the process of slowly heating it up afterwards.
Yeah.
And slowly
cool down.
Yeah. If you did that in the say metals and those sorts of things, we would call it
quenching.
Something very similar to quenching, but they also do that with annealing with metal. So heat it up to a certain temperature for a certain amount of time, as said by the manufacturer. Robert says, seen it on Witcher. Hey, I'm not quite sure what that means, but seen it on Witcher, it would work. He never died. Are we talking about heating up a nozzle on the Witcher? I don't remember seeing that episode. But yes, the Witcher. I think the modern day version was done by Superman, wasn't it?
Henry Cavill, you mean?
Yeah. I haven't actually watched that series, but
watched some of it.
But we watched a couple of episodes and thought it was pretty good too. Yeah, thumbs up. But yeah, Mr. Superman himself. Was he going to be the new 007? I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I don't think they've actually said which one it's going to be.
Has anybody ever done any blacksmithing going along those sort of lines?
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know,
going
like
along
make your
the
own,
Witcher.
like swords or long swords. Or
Yeah, like
katanas or
metalwork.
something like that. Or
Metalwork's always good. Yeah, all right.
Always saying that'd be quite cool.
Yeah, metalwork's always good.
Quite a skill set in itself, that kind of thing, right?
It is. Do you want me to give it a quick little blast on this for like 10 seconds? Don't do it too loud. Maybe I'll do that for a little bit. Put that over there. Maybe put your microphone in there. Robert, maybe Richard can read that. Maybe Richard can keep talking. I'll just do a little bit of sanding. Maybe we'll do that a little bit of sanding on the other one.
He should be the next 007, is what he's saying.
You reckon?
Yeah, he concurs. Where you going? Oh, you're gonna send that one? Yeah, I think he's pretty cool. Like, he was on Mission Impossible Fallout. He was pretty good there. There's a bad guy in that one. Okay, so it might get a bit loud now.
Hopefully it's not too loud. What's the time looking like? I mean, what's the actual time? I don't want to be over a certain time and then we should be sanding that.
Yeah, like 4:22.
Where?
Yeah.
We want our neighbours happy with it.
Thanks, man.
Okay, so hopefully it's not too loud. Let us know if it is too loud. And then,
What, then turn it on?
no, we'll
You
just do little blips of it.
Oh, yeah, just a little bit. All right, just that a little bit.
I put my microphone in there.
Yeah, right.
No worries, man. Have a good one. Thank you. Harry's just working on the underside. Okay, have a good one, man. Have a great night. Thanks very much for tuning in. Dan and Robert will go there. See you, man. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Carry on. Apparently the microphones have got like a dimmer. Heavy was just saying that mics have an auto adjustment. So the sound isn't loud after a few seconds, but hard to hear you unless you're facing the microphone. Maybe we can bring that microphone's pretty close there, just there, right there. Maybe I can bring it closer.
Right under you.
Right under your schnoz.
Right under you.
Try that. Can you hear me
No,
now?
go test again.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah. How is that? Is that better? Maybe?
I guess it's not like you want to like blast the people out. I can't hear you. It's just too loud.
I guess it's getting a bit darker, isn't it? Yeah. And how's Happy's channel going? Are you pretty happy with where everything's going there, Happy? Because you're doing quite well, right? Yeah, it's working. Yeah, cool. Fair enough. Thanks for joining in. Heavy reckons he was hoping to get a million subs, but 2,000. Well, I don't know. You could get it. You could get it. We're subscribed to Happy Channel Stats, but it's 2 people at least. And Peter's joined us. Hey Peter, how's it going? Peter. So if you just joined us, we are in the workshop working on the VTOL Dropship. So it's a real flying aircraft. It will be once it's finished. It's what it's called as a Quad Tilt Rotor, or a vertical and takeoff and landing aircraft. And what you're looking at there is, of course, just the front end. So this is just it's a 2-meter long aircraft, and that's just the front fuselage. So our design inspired by the film Edge of Tomorrow. So yeah, and that's where we're at. So figure what happened in takeoff is the propellers would take off in normal traditional sense, and then rotate into a forward motion, just like a plane. Very cool. And how are we doing with sanding here?
A little bit more. Other side, yeah.
Yeah, can I look? Can you check your microphone on, Kristen? Bring it up. It's looking pretty good. Oh yeah. Windy.
Yeah. Well, we have made some progress on the sanding, so you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Coming in.
Move my head out of the way.
So that's what we're looking at there. Now, if I bring it to the camera, you should be able to see the sanding that we've been doing.
Do I need a light? Maybe I'll turn the light here.
Okay, there you go. That's the part that we're working on.
There you go. She's getting darker quick, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's one of those things we're doing it outside, so there you go.
That's where we started a little earlier. Yeah. That's it.
2,000. Wow. Nice one, Happy. Congratulations, man. It's very cool.
Yeah. It's a
milestone for sure.
It really is.
Yeah, it's
not to be snuffed at.
No,
because it doesn't come. It doesn't come easy.
No, definitely not. It's one of those things you have to keep working at it for sure. Okay.
So take the lead.
I can do a little bit more.
You want to keep going?
You did quite a bit. How are we going with
Dust is everywhere. That's okay.
all jokes aside, he said my channel is purely part of the hobby. A little
of my other hobby of filming and learning to become better at it. Not planning to monetize it, so I don't mind. Otherwise, yeah, I know what you're saying, but you know, either way, it'd still be good, right?
Yeah, either way, we appreciate it. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, doing quite a lot of sanding. Yeah. Looking pretty good. Yeah. It's just the same as you guys. You have over a 4,000 apparently. I can't remember how many we have. Yeah, possibly. Because there's two of us. quite possibly it's exactly the same. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's the idea, isn't it? Make it career.
Yeah, for sure. Make it you're making and designing things that you like doing.
Yeah, I guess we've done quite a lot of different type other career choices.
Yep.
Not all of them, you know, super cool or anything.
No,
but this is definitely
very cool for us. I mean, that's what we always wanted to do when we were little.
Yeah,
very much so.
So it would be cool. It's a little bit that I do. It's very time consuming.
I can't imagine what it's like doing it at the level you guys are editing.
Editing is the killer. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Editing and designing quite a bit of time, coming up with ideas.
I'd say in terms of the build, like the builds of the different things that go behind us, or any of the other ones that we're working on, the editing and that is equally as tricky.
I guess everything is tricky, isn't it?
But that is of course the challenge, right? I mean, can you maintain it?
Yeah, well, ask ourselves that for sure.
Exciting though. Like,
yeah, I guess we like making movies, so
yeah, we always like making films.
We like filmmaking. We like making things. We like flying machines. We like
what's not to like? You like the
spending time with people. Yeah,
we like talking to people. So that's why we do the live streams and stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, and for us it's quite good.
And editing, I do like editing.
Yeah.
It's really cool when you get like the right track with the right cinematic look.
Well, yeah. Well, hopefully you guys like it. Yeah. Our style,
I guess. But
yeah. Editing, yeah. I guess it does take quite a lot of time. It is. Yeah. Movie making does take quite a lot of time. But yeah, it's just one of those things. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, how are we going with time? Do you think that's enough for this much? I mean, we've done quite a bit, haven't we?
Is there any chance that we can finish the sanding off on that one section? For that layer?
On that guy?
Yeah.
Well, you can do a bit more.
A bit more, yeah.
Let me stop over.
Oh, have you got the microphone for me?
Yeah, I got the microphone for me. But yeah, it's one of those things. Happy says, just because I choose not to monetize my channel doesn't mean I see any issue with the other people doing it. Oh yeah, it's nice. I just don't want to be under any obligation with sponsors. Yeah, it's all good, man. My real world life is too busy. Hey, it's all good, man. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's just, there's no right or wrong. No, it's not like go left or right. It's totally up to you. What works for one person doesn't necessarily work for another person, but it's all good as long as everybody's having fun. That's the main thing, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's just everybody's enjoying it, and well, hopefully you guys are enjoying this part. Or you like watching what you're doing as well. So very cool.
Yeah, we never want to be like, oh, it has to be this or it has to be that.
No. Yeah. And how's that sanding going? So we got this. It's that bottom section. So that side should be the far side, which on the other side should be all smooth now. The top's done. That side's done, I think.
Well, that is for this level.
Yeah, but it's only pretty good. And then there's just a little bit down the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a little bit there. Yeah.
And then that would be, I'd be pretty happy with that.
They'd be pretty happy for that layer.
Okay, ready to go?
Yeah, I think so. I've got microphone over. Hang on.
You got it?
Where did you put it? Up here?
Let's sort of put it in there.
Drop it in here?
Let's
Little
put it
bit. Okay. Yeah.
Happy since we would choose right or left, we would choose the right. Exactly. And ever since he still can't get over how huge it is, it's pretty big. It is very big. There's a lot of printing right here. How many printers did we run to make this one? What did we do? Yes, we made parts of it. 3? We're going to go with 3. Oh yeah, 4. Reason for the windows. Well, there's still a couple more windows we're going to print with. We have been, but it's just one of those things that, like you're saying, we're alive, right? So you got other projects you're working on. Is it? It's 4. 4, yeah. 4 is the number. Yeah, but like, you know, it's like some of those things that, so those print beds aren't the biggest one. The K2's got quite a large size. So he did parts like the wings. They're quite big pieces. But the biggest sections and the back, the tail, that's a giant section, so he did that. Where the other guy, the little fellas, they got quite a small build size volume, so yeah, that's why it's all chopped up a bit. That's not too loud.
Did you get that side done? You done? No, I'm not too. We're all good. I was just trying to hide from the
It's getting darker now. This is why I want this to like another. "41 minutes still starting to go down, so I really got a little bit of standing for the football, and then we made a bit of it. We made some good progress. Very dusty. Look what we did outside. Yeah, a little bit of dust over here, but not too bad. Pretty good, really. Yeah. Very noisy.
What do you reckon, Richard? Nice. There you go. So the noise has gone away now, so that's good. Happy says, now can I understand while sanding, but it's worth to have working
moving on. Yeah, for sure. Oh, sorry. Now I can't understand you while sending. Oh, okay, right. The audio, right. Yeah, for sure. That's right. But we're doing pretty good. Do you know sign language? I do know somewhat sign language. You've got live long and prosper, hand to the right, down. A little bit. Do we know a little bit of American sign language? It's like A, B, C, D, E, F. I think it's E, isn't it? No, F,
No.
F, G.
No, it's G.
F, G, something like that. I can't remember. F.
No, maybe.
I think it was F. G, H, J,
So not all
K,
letters.
L, M. No, M.
N,
M,
N,
O,
O.
P, Q.
Q.
What's Q look?
Go on.
Oh, yeah, P, Q,
R.
R.
I can't remember what R was.
Can't remember. We know some of them. Once upon a time, we learned the American Sign Language because the New Zealand one, well, it's just the letters, but we learned a bit of that because you can use it with one hand, where the New Zealand one was, you need two hands.
We'd obviously forgotten something.
Yeah, we say we know, but yeah, we forgot it. But yes, very useful.
Do you know how to do Morse code there?
Yeah, do you know how to do Morse code? That's a good one. That's Morse code. There you go.
So like dot 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 dot.
3 shorts, 1 long. 3 shorts.
I guess if you get it wrong, instead of saying SOS, you'd just say OSO.
Kind of the universal sign language, and also yes to your hands above your head when you see a helicopter means yes, I need help. Happy says he doesn't know any, but in school I could sign my name. Oh, nice. Pretty sweet. I know enough Morse code to sign my call sign, but pretty rusty at it. Hey, that's pretty good. This is call sign Happy. That's pretty good.
What would it be in sign language? What's H?
I can't remember. Who is it?
Oh darn. H.
It's been a while. I know A.
I know that anytime you do like 2 letters, you go sideways. So it's
Wait.
R, it'd be like R, it'd be H.
Y is Y. No, I can't remember exactly. Been a while since I needed it. What do you reckon? Is that pretty good?
It's getting there.
Or do you want to do the other side?
I don't know, understanding.
Gotta be done,
Hey?
It's gotta be done.
Yes. It's one of those ones where you're like, well, you can't sort of shortchange it.
No, it's one of those things.
Even if you'd like to.
Yeah. A bit more white than might help.
I guess it'd be getting darker.
Yeah. It is getting darker.
I know, was it one of our live streams we were doing it, and were we flying? It was the last time we were flying, and we came back, like literally it was pitch black. Yeah, it was the last time we were flying live, eh?
Yeah, well that was only a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago we were flying live, we were flying the Cine Lifter and Tiny Whoop by like a...
We came back in absolute pitch black.
It was pitch black by the time we got back.
That was kind of cool.
Happy says he's still working on English language anyway. Yeah, nice.
I don't think that ever really...
I don't think you ever master that language. Sometimes they go and invent new words, it doesn't help, does it? Or new slang words. But yeah, we're getting there.
Hey, Happy, what is your What's your actual name? We can just that way we can just say your actual name if you feel like.
Oh, you don't have to share. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
We can still call you Happy. That's fine. But if that is your actual name, then that's cool too. But it's whatever you're comfortable with. It's all good. Yeah. It's nice. Maybe one day. Maybe it'll be a mystery, and then everybody's avatar's name's kind of cool. So we don't really have an avatar name. It's just Harry Mitchell. If it wouldn't expose any of your secrets, where would you guys hope to be in the channel life? 1 year, 5 year, 20 year? Oh, yeah, 20 years, sorry. Where would you like to be? I guess it would. I guess ultimately,
there's no sort of like value as such.
No, I'm not sure about numbers and those sort of things, but just I guess people enjoying it really is ultimately it, isn't it?
Yeah, tuning in.
Tuning
maybe
in,
a little bit more would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always quite nice if YouTube would share it out a bit more. That always would be nice. If the YouTube algorithm was watching, I'm just saying, you're welcome to share it out. With people that like this sort of thing. Yeah. So.
There's not like a set number.
Nah. Not that sort of thing, but I mean, I quite like making these live streams and doing this sort of thing.
I guess the answer would be something that way we can keep doing it.
Yeah, I guess that's the ultimate answer, isn't it? And so you can keep doing it. That's it, isn't it?
It's not like a set number.
Nah. So that's it. That's the true answer, isn't it? So you can keep doing it. Keep working on the projects, keep bringing it out, keep test flying. That's the ultimate answer, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so, because then you can just keep working on stuff that people like.
Yeah, coming up with new ideas and making what they want. Different ideas is where it's at. I think that's pretty cool. How's the standing going? We got one more side, is it?
Yeah, I don't want to wreck the audios or anything.
Yeah. It's quite a sound. Maybe I could give him a hand look. If we did it together, maybe we don't blow out the audio. With the sander, we just do it by hand. Yeah.
Hey?
I thought it might have been a different question. That's all good.
What with the audio?
Yeah. I thought hopefully it wasn't blowing it out this way.
It probably was. It'd be pretty loud. I mean, the thing is quite loud, isn't it?
Yeah. We did definitely put quite a bit of Bondo on it.
Yeah.
But hopefully it will come off. Yeah. What we want to take off anyway. Oops. Happy says if I told you my name, you would know your neighbor.
Good call.
I try to share my legal name with people who meet. Yeah. Mostly because I don't want people putting my flying activities. Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
it's
good
all
call.
good, man. It's all good in the hood. Ah, my fingers are hurting. FP says he's trying to Karen-proof his channel. Never film around my house. Oh, he also never films around my house to show where I live or address anything like that. Oh yeah. But I'm definitely not an outlaw or anything. yeah, for sure, man. An outlaw.
He's an outlaw.
Outlaw happy.
That's all good, man.
It's all good, man. No worries. It's all good. This is coming along. Yeah, there are some Karens out there, aren't there, that do change the game a little bit for people. But generally speaking, we are generally pretty good. Although saying that, we did once meet a Karen, very rare to meet one on live stream, but we did meet one once, didn't we, on one of these live streams?
Yeah.
Didn't we? Yeah. Well, yeah.
Occasionally.
But yeah, we just moved somewhere else. That's okay. But I'm not quite sure what she was talking about. But that's okay. You know, people do have their opinions, and fair enough. Keep people happy. But yeah, that's very rare for us. So we've been out test flying many hundreds of times in different places. Oh, we hadn't been there, so maybe that was it. We tried a new place. And we're in a fan, so that's okay. Nice.
A lot of sand on this one.
Yeah, we are getting there. Where are we going, anyway? Where are we going? Are we making headway with it?
Yeah, I think so.
Happy says, I find it hard to believe anyone could get bad at YouTube. You guys always seem extremely considerate and kind towards others.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you. I try to be. I guess we always think that if you're nice to some people, then they'll genuinely be nice back. I suppose. I guess you wouldn't want to treat anybody that
You don't want to be.
you want to be treated like if you're nice to other people. Yeah, I think it's generally just a morally good thing to do as a human being. So yeah, I guess that's technically the answer to that, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah. But I guess some people don't want to be treated well themselves. Right?
Maybe some, yeah, there are some people that maybe didn't want to be treated like that. There are not necessarily good people, all good people in the world, which is a shame.
All different sorts, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's quite a quite a philosophical question there.
Philosophical, very much. Yeah. Man, we should put this Bondo stuff on.
You want to hit the last bit with Sandy?
So you want to do a last little bit?
That last bit there. You think?
Crikey, okay.
Okay, it's going to get loud.
Gonna get louder. Have you got your microphone here? Just move it out of the way. There we dokey. Happy Suze, they say never judge a person until you have walked a mile in their shoes. That way you are a mile away from them and have their shoes. Run for it there, Happy, run for it. Is that cutting that Bondo down? Did that cut the Bondo down? Oh, yeah. What do you reckon? Pretty close, good enough for now. Look at that. There you go, guys. We pretty much done quite a bit of the front of this section of VTOL Dropship. The back we did a little bit around the edges, around the trims areas and those sort of things. So we still got some more sanding to do. And this one here has a little bit more touch-ups for things like a little bit of Bondo spots around where that arm comes off, I guess. But we're getting, yeah, we'll just be wrapping up. Winding up. Yeah.
That's enough. There's only so much sand in it now.
And also the sun is disappearing. Oh, look at that. But yes, so yeah, here we are, and you can see the wind tunnel just there. And that's what we were working on the episode this week, which was the FPV JETMAN.
Yeah,
so there you go. That's what we was at. And yeah, we thank you very much for tuning into this live stream. And yeah, we appreciate you guys all tuning in. Yeah.
Past, present, future.
Past, present, future, and the past. And and also that guy is looking a lot better, so we do appreciate you guys tuning in to see that. The other guy is pretty much just outside frame. You can kind of see there's a VTOL to do. And the JETMAN, we had a deep dive into that in the start of this live stream, so make sure you can go back and scrub back to the beginning to have a look at him.
And what would be the
and the episode, which was the JETMAN.
I can bring him closer. Hey, there's a bird behind us. Hey, what are you doing there, Mr. Bird?
Oh yeah,
and that was what she looked like in the end. At this point in time, so a lot better, a lot more sanded.
Yes, he's a lot more smoother. Before he was a bit rough. But he is not rough as much. Now he's a bit dusty though.
Very dusty.
And maybe we might do what I think Robert suggested in this live stream, maybe paint him a base coat white, try and get rid of some of that heat. And then hit him with the hit him with a color, possibly, and then hit him with some airbrushing because everything looks better weathered.
It's tactical.
It's tactical. Happy says, I know sanding might not be the most exciting, but it's going to really make it look professional and sleek in the end. Yes, thanks,
Agree.
mate. We agree. Yeah, it's not necessarily glamorous, and good thing is we have our overalls on.
Sleekness. Yeah.
Sleekness, yes, for sure. It's going to look pretty good, I think. I'm quite happy with it. I was planning to put the resin printer on today, but I think we're running out of time.
We got distracted.
We got distracted by getting all the live stream gear together. So, that's okay.
What are we going to do for next week on the episode?
I'm sure.
Interesting. We've got a couple ideas.
Got a couple of ideas, yeah. We will, if you come up with something that you think that we could work on.
I know Robert suggested the
Subskimmer. I was kind of planning.
Live stream,
I was planning to do it as a live stream, so it's a possibility. Otherwise, we could go as a live stream. But yes, otherwise we'll find something that's fine. But yeah, so thanks very much for tuning in. Of course, we appreciate you all very much. And I am Harry.
And I am Richard. We thank all our sponsors.
Oh yes, couldn't do without you guys.
If you haven't done already, remember to subscribe, share with people that like this sort of thing. Remember to go and check out the episode that arrived yesterday. Yeah, yesterday.
Crikey, was it yesterday, man?
Man, we've been busy.
The last 48 hours didn't seem too much. No, we didn't.
And that was, of course, the FPV JETMAN. And we are running out of light.
Yes.
But not enough to finish this episode off. So I'm Richard.
And Mike says, see you later. Good night. Have a great night there, brother. And we appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah,
and,
awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's very cool. And
we can't wait to see what you guys put up on your channels next.
Yep, we'll be looking at for sure. So
You can
make
see
sure.
a little thumbs up. And it says H&R Racing Review.
Does it do that?
On their video.
But it doesn't actually have, when you give a person a like, it doesn't come up with their name.
It does if you write it in the comments.
Oh, yeah, in the comments, yeah. There you go. Okay. Okay, a little side comment there. Okay, so thanks very much, guys. We appreciate you all. And we sign out. In 3, 2, 1, go. HR Racing, HR Racing, HR Racing. Yeah. Appreciate you all. Adios.
Have a great week, guys.